Welcome to a summer movie battle, which everybody understands the rules of and will not be any confusion of at all. This is sort of like a draft it's a draft, but it's an auction style. I don't know if you guys have ever done like an auction draft in a fantasy league, but it's very similar to that. It is the same idea as an auction for how we're going to pick these.
Is it a silent auction?
Oh, no, it's a very audible auction because this is a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, silent auction would not work well. As you see, we have our names listed on this document of Aneg, Andrew, Nick, Eric, Jeff, Gavin, and above our names, we have 98. Classic number, last great year, some would say. How this is going to work is we all have 98 points, and we're going to go through the movies on the left side of the screen. These are all coming out this summer, and we're going to auction them off one by one. Your goal is to have the collection of movies that earns the most money domestically by the end of the summer.
But we haven't seen them.
No, we haven't seen them, but, you know, movies make money even if you don't see them, Gavin. I don't know if you know this, but
well, some of them.
You having to see the film doesn't actually equate to it making money.
Good deal.
So,
okay, hey, Andrew, I have a question about the rules.
Yes. Okay.
You said money that these make domestically. I assume that means United States box office.
Great question.
I'm only asking because I've known you for this long, and I don't anticipate this being an easy answer if I don't ask now.
So when you look at Box Office Mojo, it's divided by worldwide or domestic. It's U.S. and Canada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that just felt like a really
funny.
long answer that I was not going to get a straight answer for. But
no, it was very straight. It was very clear. I was trying to provide as much info as possible.
No, you did a great job. I stand corrected. Thank you very much.
This is a game that I played with my friends for quite a few years, so it's beta tested. I'm prepared for these questions.
Okay.
6. Do we have any other questions, Gavin? You understand? You're projecting. You're trying to base. Even though the movie hasn't come out and you haven't seen it yet, you want to try to pick movies that you think will make money. And then
I bid 6 points for this intro.
Okay.
So I do have a question, Andrew,
Okay.
and it's a real one. It's not a
Absolutely. I'm ready.
So when is it over? By the summer, like what's the last day of the
great
competition?
question.
So that when
Fantastic
do we refilm?
So I think the last movie on the list is Beetlejuice, which comes out in the first week of September. I did that to compensate for the fact that we're starting this a little bit late from when we typically start in May. I say that we will wrap this up when Beetlejuice is no longer like making money. As long as whoever owns it can't be shifted.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
We need a date. There needs to be a date.
Well, maybe if it's over when all films in their theatrical run or whatever. But what if Beetlejuice 2 is the next Titanic and it's in the theaters for a year?
Then you probably win if you buy Beetlejuice too.
But I just think there needs to be like if the first
how about October
1st? I was going to say if the first day of fall is September 22nd and Beetlejuice comes out September 1st, let's give it a good month to get a gross, and that would be October 1st. I think that's fair. We're starting a little bit late.
As long as we're all on the same page, that's fine. I kind of left it open ended because it's sort of at a disadvantage opening the latest. But if we all are going in knowing it's October 1st.
But that's part of the auction, baby.
So does that mean this doesn't come out until then?
No, this part will come out, and I will be updating throughout the summer what our totals are.
Oh, okay.
That's something we can review. And if you want to you want to support your movie, if one of us sees Bad Boys and owns it, you know that you're boosting your own totals.
Right.
It's kind of fun.
So we're gonna do this auction, and we are gonna let the audience know what our numbers are and where we start.
Yep.
Unlike
Absolutely.
the grip test, which
I was willing to do that,
abandoned.
and then
right.
Listen.
So okay,
Bike Rider sold to Jeff. What was that? 4?
Yeah.
4 for Jeff.
4 for Jeff.
Yep. Like not a bad one.
You just deleted my
messed it
one
up.
above you.
Sure
it was
did.
3.
What the hell, dude?
Yep. I sure
3.
did.
Come
And
on.
then 4. While I appreciate it, I'm not trying to cheat here.
No.
I am.
Janet Planet?
I don't know
that to bro.
Enthralled
One.
by her own imagination, 11-year-old Lacey spends the
mind.
long summer at home with her mother and 3 strangers.
What the
Julianne
fuck?
Nicholson, Zoe Ziegler, Elias Koteas. That's the only guy that
Elias
looks familiar.
Koteas, yeah.
Oh.
Koteas, yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. And that's sort of it, rounding out the cast.
I'd like to rescind my one.
You can't. One is on the board for Nick.
No.
Elias Koteas is the guy who's almost Christopher Maloney.
Yes,
He is. That's
Yeah.
a great descriptor of him.
I'll put 2 down on this.
Oh, sweet. Thank you for saving me.
Eric putting 2 down on
Mhm.
Janet Planet. I don't think anyone else wants it beyond that. Eric, I
no,
know
no.
Got Nick. Yeah.
we're going
No,
to Eric gets Janet Planet at 2.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I got no problem with that.
Next film, Blue Lock.
1.
Kevin Costner's 3-hour, 2-part
Mhm.
Wild West epic Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1.
10.
Or
Whoa.
10.
11.
10?
Shit. Holy shit.
so I think Nick said 11.
I did.
Wow.
I'll go 15.
Oh, shit.
Is that going to be?
16.
Looks like a stinker.
Gavin,
16.
they're
It's a
crazy,
Western.
right?
I'll go 19.
I wouldn't have gone above 4 for this. I think
I'll go 22.
Wow.
they know something I don't.
Jeff with the top bid at 22. Going once. Going twice. Sold to Jeff for 22 points.
Holy
Dude, Kevin
shit.
Costner is so fucking hot right now with all that cowboy shit and Yellowstone and all that stuff.
Yellowstone,
There's
yeah.
no way I'm not betting on Yellowstone. There's no way I'm
Yeah.
not betting on fucking Fox.
Now,
That's all they show is Kevin Costner commercials.
It
yeah,
has a colon and a hyphen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it is part 1. It doesn't, the rest
Chapter
of the
1.
movie doesn't come out until like later this year. This is also Kevin Costner while going through a divorce, I believe. And the budget is $100 million.
Ooh.
Very strange.
Will it be The Postman? Maybe, but it might be Dances with Wolves.
It might be.
I'm ready to take the chance.
Okay.
Oh,
Kevin
wow.
Costner's
Next
hot
film.
right now.
Okay.
What is It Ends With Us?
It ends with us.
I feel like I've read that. Is it a book?
What is it?
It does sound
That's a great
familiar.
question.
It Ends With Us is a book, and it is also a movie starring Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Brandon Sklonar, Jenny Slate. Interesting.
Oh, Jeff loves Jenny Slate.
Yeah, Jenny Slate's great.
You have one dream about a lady.
Complications arise when a woman's high school love interest comes back into her life. Blake
One.
Lively.
Jeff with 1. 1 going 1.
2.
3.
Kevin,
3
you gotta
going 1.
get in here, man.
Nah.
3
Okay.
going twice. Sold to Jeff at
All
3.
right, take it.
Now here's the thing. That might be a good one for...
Could be huge.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be gigantic, but I do
No,
think that
but like
based on book type situation,
It's
pretty
probably a
good.
$150 million movie. Hopefully,
Mhm.
It's like a summer
Next
reader.
up. Cuckoo. I believe it's another horror film. We're almost done.
Yep.
Horizon and American Saga Chapter 2, the continuation of Kevin Costner's film.
It's
so much
also
Western,
coming out
it
in the
needs to be
summer?
2-part. It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it comes out in like August.
It is.
Oh,
It is a
Lord.
mid-August release.
Yeah.
Is Jeff going to get it? Is he
I'll
gonna
take
get one?
I'll bid 1 on it.
2.
3.
3 going 1.
4.
5.
5 going 1. 5 going twice.
6.
6 going once. 6 going twice. Sold to Gavin at 6. Jeff,
You
didn't
spent
you
so much
pay
on the first
22
one.
points on the first
Yeah,
one?
I've already invested my money in that movie.
Well,
think.
I was going to
How much
say,
am I gonna pay?
here's the thing. Part 1 might make some money. I will say, no fucking shot Part 2 makes anything.
What if part 2 is like the 2 towers?
Yeah, it could be huge.
What? Oh, the movie.
Not 9/11.
Boy, I was. I'm like,
man.
what are
Oh.
you
You went to
talking
a
about,
different
bud?
place.
You went to a
Wow.
dark
Woo.
spot, Eric. Jesus Christ.
God damn, I didn't understand.
Maybe something we should touch on that has warped all of our views. I'd like to think, since we did it, we did a movie battle. We did a summer movie auction thing. That'll be a supplemental. I'm getting page ads on this Bub Rub thing for The Strangers Chapter 1, which I don't like as someone who doesn't own it.
I saw a trailer for it the other night, and I was like, God damn it. Looks
Did
good.
it scare you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ooh.
I also don't remember what fucking movies I got, apparently, because I got sucked into thinking I had The Crow.
So we did a thing where we listed out all the summer releases, and then we had an auction for who got what. And the goal is to build a roster of movies that will earn the most domestically by the end of the summer. So we all got different things. I'm very excited for people to watch it.
And we all understood it immediately.
Yep.
We did.
Once an example was given, it was like, oh, okay, I get what we're doing here. Every time it was explained to us before that, dude, it couldn't make heads or tails of it. I'm sorry, Andrew.
I love how hesitantly we entered that recording and how excited we were at the end of it.
Oh my God.
Like, we just wanted to do that for everything.
Do you think If has already made me $200 million yet? Or do you think
It is spurred some really fun trash talking in our Slack that I am excited to continue throughout the summer.
You and Eric going at it last night was funny.
Cannot believe that's how the game started last night. That was fucking unreal. I was freaking out, like standing up from my seat, going, yeah, Harold the Purple Crown.
So you're at an Austin FC game last night, and you own the film Harold and the Purple Crayon, which stars Zachary Levi.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did they promote Harold and the Purple Crayon when he was doing his Austin FC thing, or was it just, hey, celebrity here?
It was just like Austin resident Zachary Levi, and I was like yelling at people to watch Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Harold.
That's right. He does live here, doesn't he?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. Is that why he was on the podcast that one time?
I assume so.
Probably.
Huh.
Did he promote Shazam 2?
I think he was probably promoting Shazam 1.
I think it was Shazam 1. Yeah.
That makes sense. Maybe we should see if he wants to come on and promote Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Well, no, we can't do that. That's unfair. We can't unfairly tip the scales in our own competition.
I will say, I don't want to tip the scales. I'll leave it up to the people to have Harold and the Purple Crayon bring in $350 million without our help at all. We got this.
I really like the idea of Eric booking Zachary Levi and then us voting that he can't come on via democracy while he's here.
Like waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
If he books Zachary Levi, I get to book Michael Keaton for Beetlejuice.
Oh, please.
Go for it. Hey, I'm for it. If you want to book Michael Keaton for this podcast, please do. Absolutely.
Mr. Keaton, you are officially invited. Thank you.
I'm booking Costner then for part 2 of that drab looking movie.
But you have to be careful. You have to be careful because you don't have part 1.
Yeah. You'll be promoting my part 1.
You got to bring him on after. You got to do it between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So when is that coming out?
Excited. I would love for that to come out as soon as possible.
And we got to start putting out our drafts. We got some of those done.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot. We have a lot coming down the pipe.
It's so much fun doing these games with you because I don't think we've talked about on the podcast, but we did the Summer Movie League supplemental.
Yeah, we did.
The Summer Movie Battle, which is in full swing. And it has been so much fun seeing the community get behind it the way they have and creating the tools that they've made for tracking stuff. Like there's a website you can go to that just keeps things updated.
What's the standings?
Yeah, you want to give an update?
No, I don't. We should. Someone should pull
I
it
think
up.
Gavin is killing right now, right?
Yeah, because you just had a big movie.
I had $15 for a while.
You had Bad Boys and Inside Out 2 back to back, I think, right? So that was. That's your whole summer right there.
I mean, Bad Boys, in my opinion, overperformed. I think it was a way bigger hit.
I totally agree. I did not think that movie was going to do well.
I mean, have either of you seen it?
No.
Well, how did it overperformed?
Because I read that it made a lot of money.
Well, it could be
saw
really
the trailer
good.
and then it did well.
Got the stamp of approval by TPG. I asked him what his thoughts were because I wouldn't even consider watching it unless he approved it. Said it's way better than 3. So
three was fucking pretty rough. So if it's better than 3,
was not great.
That's encouraging, I guess.
Found the website. Currently, in first is Gavin Free with $326 million. Second place is myself with $104,900,000. Third place is Jeff, $104,100,000. Andrew, fourth place, $94,000. Nick, fifth place, almost there. So Nick, I'm sorry, Andrew has $94 million.
Okay.
Nick, almost there, 13 million.
Oh yeah.
So the difference between first to worst is $313 million.
But Nick doesn't have I think the only things that he's had that have come out so far are Sight and Back to Black, a movie that is no longer in theaters.
They pulled it.
They did pull it. But he has, in June, late June, Nick has on the 28th, Blue Lock, episode Nagi, and A Quiet Place Day 1. Those are both on the 28th.
That'll do really good.
And then, 4th of July weekend, opening on July 3rd, Nick has Despicable Me 4.
That's going to make so much money.
That's
Rough.
that's going to be a pretty big movie for you.
Make sure you check out our summer movie. What? Summer movie auction. Sod it. Shut up, you idiot.
Fucking idiot.
Mushmouth moron.
Fucking hell.
But you can check it out as a supplemental on our YouTube channel, the Summer Movie Auction.
There you go.
It's so cool seeing these resources because this is the thing I did with my friends for years. And it was just me checking Box Office Mojo every weekend, going one at a time with a calculator. It's like seeing automated stuff. It's like, holy shit. People have it figured out. This is amazing.
Why did I spend 11 points on Borderlands? What?
I don't know.
Because it's a video game property and it had Kevin Hart in it, and you thought maybe.
And Harold and the Purple Crown only spent 3. So
Yeah, some of the
Harold
prices are
Crown,
crazy.
yeah.
I think Horizon, Kevin Costner's Western fantasy comes out this weekend, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
What? No, I think it's next
I'm
week. It's
so
the 28th.
Okay.
So, okay, but I guess by the time this is out, it will be coming out
Yes,
this weekend.
it'll be that weekend,
Jeff spent
yeah.
22 points on it, but that's okay. Gavin spent 6 on Chapter 2 that comes out in August. Gavin doesn't have anything coming out between now and August 16th.
I'm just chilling. Let you guys catch up a little bit.
Man, to further help myself win this contest, Millie and I on Father's Day went and saw If.
Yeah?
Because that's where I've been making the bulk of my money.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a hunk of shit my movie If is. Oh my lord.
You didn't like
How
it?
many more movies are we going to let Ryan Reynolds get away with?
I think John Krasinski directed that film too. Like he created it.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's a very well cast movie with a lot of really talented people, but man, is that story all just a mess. Oh man, this must have been what it was like for y'all for the first 2 years of the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was trying to get shelves installed.
You know what else is great?
What?
Horizon. Horizon, a Wild West story. Quiet Place Day 1, killing it. It's going to have a big week. 50 million
Horizon
weekend.
800K? Oh, no.
That's almost $1 million.
It's close.
Oh, cool, buddy.
Dude, you had $1 million
Real close.
right now. If somebody gave you $800,000 right now, you'd be so fucking blown away.
Yeah, I agree. And if I was Kevin Costner and doing that, I'd be real bummed out.
I think $800,000 is $800,000 to anyone.
Now they bring up that it's not like the audience for that is going to the Thursday night showings by large.
Yeah,
I would love to know who is the hardcore that has to go to the fucking midnight premiere of Horizon.
Everybody
I
knows
keep
true
wanting to call
cowboys go to bed when the sun goes down.
I keep wanting to call it Forbidden West, but that's the sequel to the mech game.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it fits that story. What is it called? Horizon: A Western Tale? What is it? It's dumb.
Horizon Forbidden West, is that a mech game? I just installed it.
That is
Here's what's going to happen. People are going to be like,
an
oh,
American saga.
they'll be like, oh, I should see that. And they won't get around to it until they accidentally see part 2. And then it will add to my total.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is, there's something in the article there. I just put it in there. Critical reviews for Horizon stand at 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't as bad as Costner's The Postman at 14%, though it is below Waterworld's 47%.
Are you telling me that this movie is essentially as good as Waterworld? Cha-ching! We've got ourselves a barn burner. It's going to build all summer long. Titanic 2.0. Here we go. I'm
something's
fucking
burning.
pumped.
I cannot wait for the Horizon ride to continue on for many years. It'll just be like Westworld. It'll just be people killing Indians and it's just the Wild West.
Do we have a running total to read out or anything?
I could pull it up.
What everyone's at?
Real quick.
I feel like people appreciate
I
the
do.
update.
I got an update of the running. Gavin is crushing it right now. Unfortunately, Gavin currently at $554 million. Jeff has 123 million in second.
Woo.
Eric has 108 million in third. I have 105 million in fourth. So we're all kind of close. And then Nick currently with 13 million in fifth place.
He's going to catch up hard and fast, though.
He's got that Despicable Me coming.
Yeah, he's got minions or whatever. Like, it's about to go crazy.
Blue Lock episode Nagi releases today for Nick, so this is gonna be big draw.
All right, count those dollars, baby.
I bet it does better than Horizon.
Is it just me, or are you guys getting ads for Fly Me to the Moon, that Scarlett Johansson Channing Tatum movie? I'm getting them all the time.
So
everywhere.
many ads for it, dude. I'm glad it's not just me.
No idea what it is.
It looks like a fake movie that 30 Rock made. It does not look like a real film. I can't believe it.
But I have it, and I don't, like, I felt like it would be a small, like, romantic comedy, but they are pushing it like a summer blockbuster in a way that I think is odd. So I just wanted to make sure that I somehow didn't fuck my algorithm because I own it and have looked into it. I'm glad you're also in the same boat, Eric.
You own it.
I do, yeah. I bought it for a whole 4 points.
I have some breaking. We have a couple more questions, and we'll wrap it up and see if there's anything else we want to talk toward. But I do have some unfortunate breaking news in the middle of this recording. 12 minutes ago, discussing film, Kevin Costner's Horizon 2 has had its August 16th theatrical release canceled.
What?
The studios are hoping that allowing more time to grow the audience for the first film before releasing the second.
That makes sense. Let's focus on the first movie.
Give me my points back.
You can't have your points back. You bought this.
Oh my God.
You can't have
my untitled New Line horror movie got pushed. I don't have that. It's like that's the way it works sometimes.
You knew what you were getting into. Second part of a Kevin Costner Western coming out within a month of the first part.
Oh, you're 500 million ahead of everybody. You're fine.
I'm the studio. Why did I do that?
Did you see Kevin Costner dejectedly talking about the failure of Horizon in the first part? And how it's just like, I've never seen a director be like, yeah, like I got another one coming in the pipeline. There's nothing I can do about it. But hey, at least those movies look the way they do. I'm real proud of that. Like, I'm going to lose a lot of money on this, but they look the way I want.
Yeah, did he go bankrupt making this film? Apparently?
No.
Like he self-funded it, took out a mortgage on his house.
So he was getting divorced and everything that might have had something to do with it, and then he's having to do stuff that I know he doesn't want to do. I just dropped a photo of it in the
yeah, there you go.
Kevin Costner has released his own blend of Green Mountain Keurig cups at a Walmart, and it's Kevin Costner in front of them, $12.98 at a Walmart.
I think
like Dallas.
It's so fucking funny that they're doing this for part 2 when he's currently filming part 3, and part 4 is still to be started. This is supposed to be a 4-movie series. That is insane.
Wow.
Got ourselves a real Avatar situation going on.
We do.
We really do.
That's right, Jeff. This is exactly like Avatar.
Man, I can't wait for the audience to catch on to the first one, which is going to create, enthusiasm for the second one. Unfortunately, it'll be out of the window, so Gavin won't receive the benefit from it. But the slow build of the first one is going to really help me out.
I think it's the furthest on the opposite side of the spectrum you could have, where Avatar is a movie about blue people that everyone wants to see, and this is about white people that nobody wants. It's fantastic.
Similar to people getting post-Avatar depression syndrome, I'm having post-Horizon depression syndrome. I know there's more on the horizon. However, they have pushed it, and now I don't know what I'm going to do. So I live in a bleak, sepia-toned world.
I wonder if they took the film of Horizon and they put a blue filter over all the characters and then drew some like Avatar marks on them and then re-released it the exact same way, but just with Avatar-ish, if they would do better.
If they gave Kevin Costner a tail, it's making money. It's banking.
Here's what they do to make this movie happen. They cut out each scene and give each scene to a different special or VFX house, and they can add whatever CG they want to each scene.
Yeah! That rocks.
Then people will go and see that movie.
That would be an amazing film. Look for the Easter egg in every shot. Oh my God.
How's everybody else doing? You guys saw Twisters. You gave me some money.
Ugh. Jesus Christ.
Why do
Jesus
you all
Christ.
hate Twisters?
There were some people I know who said Twisters was like fun and was good.
No,
Yeah,
they
me too.
didn't.
Yeah.
Are they people that you respect?
Not anymore.
Yeah,
That thing was a
stop.
giant spinning piece of turd.
What one is my wife.
She liked that movie?
Yeah, can you believe that?
Oh my
But
Lord.
did she like the original?
Yeah, she loves the original.
Yeah, look, there's no way you can love the original and then love that.
What I said.
It
It's the
was
same thing.
so offensively bad in so many ways.
I can't believe that there's no kiss. There's no physical touch in that movie. It's crazy. It's
Their
crazy.
best friend, who's the guy from the Jim Beam commercials, joins the military, is in for 5 years, and leaves with government prototype satellite imaging technology that he gets to keep. I was also in the Army for exactly 5 years. I got a blanket. I got to keep a blanket and some old clothes. That is such fucking bullshit.
Oh,
I don't see what your inability to get stuff has to do with him. That
Yeah.
sounds like a you problem.
Yeah,
the
that might be
visuals,
on
the
you.
CG is now at the point
Yeah.
where you can make weather look flawless. Like it can be as realistic as you want. And I don't know how it looked worse than the original.
I feel
Yeah.
the same way.
Also, the whole idea that we're going to take pictures of it from the outside, and that's going to be better than the thing we did in the last movie, where we just put 1,000 balls inside it and map the entirety of the fucking thing. Like, the premise from the get-go was like, oh, well, that's stupid. They already did this better in the first movie. That's not an improvement. We're going to bullet time it like it's the Matrix.
It only referenced the original movie by negating all of their work.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. My knock on it isn't even the like here's what was presented, isn't this a bad movie? It's a summer blockbuster, and I'm not trying to like hold out much hope for it being like spectacular or really even competent. But the fact that there are so many missing parts in it, and it's missing the thing you remember from Twister is the cow flying and them tying to the pole, like the pipes or whatever. Nobody leaves the ground in this movie, like, like,
Well, her boyfriend does at the beginning.
Yeah, it's just people.
At the very beginning, it happens, and then the rest of the movie is spent inside of cars, and everyone's racing to get to a Twister first for whatever reason. My problem with it is that there's no memorable action through like the whole thing, and also I've talked ad nauseum with Gavin and Jeff about this. The fact that there's no dog in this movie is like fucking insane.
I mean, they weren't
It's
looking for one.
crazy. It's crazy that there's not a dog that hangs out with Glenn Powell that has like a little scarf, and then he's like buddies with the people in the Winnebago thing. Like
That dog,
Nuts.
Eric, you're not only are you right, that dog, the absence of that dog cost them $40 million. That's a
I agree.
$40 million dog. Yeah.
I think people you could have sold a dog plush. People would have talked about the funny dog. It would have been great.
Replace the methy drone pilot with a dog and let the dog fly the drone.
Yeah.
That's $60 million right there. Give the dog
Yeah.
something to do, $60 million.
They just at no point could figure out the rules of their own twisters. They
Yes.
could. It was so arbitrary at what range from the twister something would get picked up and sucked up. It was whatever they decided. It made absolutely no sense.
Mm-hmm. So that's Twisters.
And when he's driving and he's like, "Here's what we're doing. The scarecrow goes over here. The Tin Man," and he had like a pre-rendered visualization
hated that.
on his
I hated
car
it.
about what was happening. Mental.
Also, they spend the whole movie racing to get to a tornado that winning that race doesn't matter at any point to what they're trying to do. They just need to get there. They're always like trying to run each other off the road when they're getting to the same place and be like, "No, we got to get there first." It's like, so why? You're both getting to the same fucking place and you're not leaving immediately. You're going to be there for an hour until you die. You might as well, like, there's no fucking hurry.
I like to sometimes picture what would happen during the credits, like if the filming continued after a movie. And I think all that would happen in this one is that Glenn Powell would be taken away in handcuffs. For just fully committing a felony, I assume, right at the end there.
Mm-hmm. Really, really just... I mean, Paul Scheer, great cameo from Human Giant and How Did This Get Made and everything else. A big Paul Scheer fan. And he keeps telling him to move his car, and I don't know why that's him. I don't know why he's in that movie.
Really
in that role.
bizarre cameo.
Really, and honestly, the only cameo in like the whole movie.
That's when you find out that like one of the producers is his brother-in-law or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And they asked him to be in it, and he's like, "Yeah."
It's definitely a guy who's just like a fan. Who's just like, "You want to be in this? Okay."
His bit did make me laugh.
Well, he's in it because his mom was, right? Isn't
What?
that the whole thing with him? You didn't see that thing of like his mom was a background extra in the first one, and she was pregnant with him in it.
Are you serious?
How would she be pregnant with him in 1994 or whatever?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I don't listen. I just the TikTok or whatever. I don't know.
Is Paul Scheer only 24?
Hey, Paul Scheer, if you're listening to this, you look awful for like 24 years old, dude.
Yeah.
You look great for any age older than that, but if you are 24, I'm sorry,
Yeah. What is?
Life has been cruel.
Oh, man.
Speaking of comments, not to get away from Andrew's desk or the creative assortment of items, just real quick, I gotta say, when we all talked about seeing Twisters the other day and none of us liked it, I assumed we were going to catch some heat because I had a feeling it was going to be a pretty popular movie, and you know, what's his face is real popular right now and everything. I was really surprised and heartened by the fact that pretty much the entire audience at a whole agreed with us and backed us up, and nobody liked that movie. Why?
Take that,
Anyway.
Barbara Bador.
Anyway,
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I think that's
Anyway,
maybe what
Andrew,
happened.
you were talking about your dust.
Oh, is
Oh
it
no!
not what happened?
Listen, dust exists. No, it's the opposite of what happened. You guys,
Oh.
and a huge minority. I think the people just sense the jealousy coming from you three that it is the box office smash. Well, I guess not the smash because it's Deadpool.
He oversold it immediately. The box office smash. Well, actually,
In a traditional summer, it would be the smash, but it just got double smashed. It, much like Twisters, a second one came in. That's Deadpool and Wolverine.
I loved all the armchair analysis of how we're film snobs or we're film hipsters or we grew up in a time when we evaluated films
All
differently
true.
and we can't just understand and appreciate it for what it is. Nah, it just wasn't a very good movie.
Well, I was
That's
just
okay.
comparing it to the first one. As a standalone, I might feel differently, but
The first one's a great movie.
I think everything that the people said was correct and that they should continue to see Twisters because it's a great movie.
I'm tired of the excuse of, oh, yeah, it wasn't very good. It was a summer blockbuster when there's so many out there that are good and everyone
Yeah,
else
like
is fine
Deadpool
with
and Wolverine.
bad ones, I guess. Deadpool
Or
and
Fly Me
Wolverine,
to
big
the
summer
Moon.
blockbuster. Big summer blockbuster.
I haven't seen
Still
that
haven't
movie,
seen
but
it.
everybody that has fucking speaks very glowingly about it.
I think I appreciate it more because it's been so long since I've been in a rammed movie theater with everyone laughing so much. It was just like, oh, I remember this.
You watched it? You liked it? Deadpool and
I
Wolverine?
liked it. Yeah, I mean, it's not the deepest story, but it was very entertaining, I thought.
You should see it again. See if that opinion changes.
I was thinking about seeing it with Millie before she goes off to college if she wants to.
Oh, you should.
Yeah. Try to get her on.
I agree. I saw a comment that I thought was so funny of imagine if I beat Gavin in the movie league by like 3 million and the difference is the Kevin Costner Western getting pushed. If Horizon Part 2, if that's the difference, it would be amazing.
I'm somehow hoping that it's so tight that my 15 remaining bucks is what takes me through the finish line.
It is going to come down to Alien. If Alien does worse, I projected in my head of being less popular than Covenant, but that might not be the case. And if it's not, that's a problem for me.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm just amazed at how well those two movies did. Deadpool, like breaking box office records, and then what was the Inside Out 2? Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
wild.
That and
it's been
Bad
such a
Boys.
fun thing. Oh, and Bad Boys too. Yeah, it's been such a fun thing to watch, and I really hope we do it every year because it just makes me appreciate summer film releases in a way that I used to ignore them. You know?
I agree. I've been way more invested.
Yeah.
I also it made me realize how disconnected I was from these summer releases. Where I was like, Inside Out 2, like who wants that? Nobody wants that. And it's like by far the big everybody. Apparently everybody wanted it.
What if next time we do this, we take our winnings as currency for the next pick?
What do you mean?
So that somehow I'm at a major advantage and I have more points to spend because I did better last year.
Yeah, that sucks.
You are describing the opposite of how every game works, like every sport.
Yeah.
You're like, what if the team that wins the championship gets the first pick in the draft next year?
Yeah, I mean, that works in sports, but when it comes to money, I feel like it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think I like
How?
your idea a lot.
What do you mean, how?
What do you mean? What do I mean? How?
Like, if my studio made the most profit, surely I'm going to be buying up more movies.
Yeah. And so where does the fun game begin?
So what is that? What?
It sounds to me like
So it's just every summer we tune in to watch Gavin make more money and take a bigger piece of the pie from us.
Isn't that how these monopolies
what
work?
are you talking
yeah, I was going to say,
about?
Gavin doesn't want to play Monopoly. He wants to be Monopoly. He wants to be the
Gavin doesn't want to
Monopoly.
play Monopoly. He wants to live in the real world, apparently.
I don't want to start with 98 points. I want like 120 points.
Yeah.
And I want Nick to start with like 16.
No.
I think life is the problem because I like your idea a lot if like it didn't take 1 year essentially to do one of these. Because the premise of you absolutely futzing about with your movies and fucking up and going bankrupt is really funny to me. And having less points.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should figure this out in a shorter format. That's such a good idea.
But that
'cause
is
what's
like,
happening.
yeah, because of like this format for this, that is 8 years of life. And that it's just too much for that joke.
I like high stakes gaming.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm all the way. And that's why people should see Deadpool and Wolverine and Twisters and Fly Me to the Moon if it's still in your area.
People should see whatever movie they want to see, and they should
Especially
feel
if
free
it's
to
Fly Me to the
enjoy
Moon.
whatever movie they want to enjoy, whether the regulation crew likes it or not. And we don't, just so you know.
I need to pivot to movies, talking about Twisters, one of America's great blockbusters of the year. Last episode, I brought up the Paul Scheer thing, and it was not felt. You guys didn't know this at the time. I have never been more embarrassed in the history of face than after I made that statement.
How about in the history of regulation?
Or regulation. Yeah, that's true. There's fewer episodes of that.
About him being a fetus in the first
Yeah, about him being a fetus in the first. I have never been more embarrassed in the history of this show.
That was more embarrassing than the Swiss Army knife being made in Germany.
Way more embarrassing because I got. That was me that was me getting myself. I got, and I knew what happened, and I couldn't vocalize it at the time, but it was like in a con movie when the guy steals all your money and escapes, and then they go, oh no, like they realize what happened. That was me internally. Every time you guys made a joke about that, it killed me at that time. It's the most embarrassed I've been because I realized, oh, he got me so good. It was absolutely, because it was the TikTok I saw of it was him at a red carpet, so it didn't feel like his content, and it included a clip of a pregnant woman in the background of it. It all felt so real, but upon like any analysis of like actual, it was one of those things I just swiped through, and I went, Twisters probably came out in like the 80s. That feels right to me, or Twister. And then when you guys brought up that it was a 90s movie, I was like, oh, this son of a bitch. Like he designed that as the joke, and I stepped in that just massively.
You Brimley'd it.
I Brimley'd it so bad, and it made it so much worse. Knowing that it was a trap. It was someone, he put down a Brimley trap, and I stepped right in.
What a very specific niche verb, even for us. Oh,
We keep
man.
hitting it though.
Brimley?
Yeah. I share your pain, dude. I've been there.
Oh yeah, I know. I thought of, I was like, oh, fuck, Jeff. Jeff knows what this is like, but oh my God.
I had to make that phone call after the episode. How dumb I am. It sucks.
It's not even just being dumb. It's someone getting you. He got me.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I assumed it was a viral TikTok. It came up in my feed again later that day, and it had like 7,000 likes. Like, it was very small. It was a small, it wasn't wide. I actually paid attention to it this time, and I was like, oh, this is just his account. This is, oh, it hurt. It hurt.
That is really funny.
But what doesn't hurt is going to see Twisters, the American blockbuster of the year.
Go see Beetlejuice. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make a bit of fucking difference, but see it anyway.
The only movie I don't want people to see is Aliens Covenant, or whatever, Romulus, whatever the fuck it's called.
Teen Aliens.
Teen Alien. Yeah, don't see that. I hear that's no good.
I think it looks decent.
I hear. Oh,
Gavin, I hear that Horizon, whatever the fuck it's called, Dawn Part 2 is going to show at Cannes Film Festival, which is not in the U.S., but maybe that'll drum up some excitement. And they'll
Should we go?
No. No, I think you should go.
It's a community of people who need to get their ears and eyes checked now. Like, what is happening? Their senses are dulled. They need to figure something out. It's not working
big
for them.
words coming from a guy that didn't like Twisters. Big words. Sounds like you need to get your ears and eyes checked based on what they're saying. Great movie.
That's what needs to happen.
How did Twisters sound to you?
It sounded like Nick.
What? That's not true. No.
I got confused. I closed my eyes and I thought Nick was talking to me. No. And it was just Twisters.
I've often get Nick and a tornado confused. I can never, if I'm hearing him, it's why I don't listen to old episodes, because I can't tell. I'm like, is that Nick or is it the fucking tornado again? God,
they did try, in that movie, they did try to implement, this is another reason I didn't like the movie. They tried to implement a new sound to the Twisters that was like, woof, 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 like as if something was spinning, but it's all, there's not like, it's all what? What bit is making
like
that
a revolution
noise?
coming
it's
back
not like
at you.
a fan. It's not like a, how would there be one part of it that's coming around? Is that like the sound of a house that's trapped inside it? What was the whoop, whoop, whoop?
That's the house from Wizard of Oz spinning around.
I think historically, a twister just sounds like a constant, terrifying whistle of air and wind.
I
need to watch it again and see if I was too harsh.
The idea that a guy would spend 5 years in the army and walk away with billions of dollars of missile satellite technology, that while he was in the army was the size of a block, but they got it down to the size of an LED panel, and then the military let him take it. Once again, just pointing out, I was in the army also for 5 years. I got a blanket and a pair of boots and my dog tags when I left, and I had to fight for the blanket. You know, it's like, it boggles the mind. And then the idea that it's funded by an evil developer who just wants to buy up property cheaply after people go through a tragedy. They need to hire a company with billions of dollars of technology to figure out the place that used to be a house is going to be for sale next week. Hire 30 real estate agents and let them loose on those Oklahoma towns and save $60 billion in R&D investment. It's so ludicrous. And I'm sorry. Here we go again.
I'm sorry the spinning cow in the wind movie wasn't more realistic for you. I apologize.
I wish that there was a spinning cow.
I
that would
wish
have been
to
great.
God there was a spinning cow.
Andrew, you're talking about stuff that didn't happen in the movie.
Yeah, I would. Is there a reference?
You spin a cow in that movie, I'll see it again.
Yep, I wish.
I mean, we're not saying like the first movie was sensible. It was a goofy movie. At some point, they drive through a house that blew in the road and like go through all the rooms. It's a stupid movie. I think my main problem with this one is that it took itself really seriously.
Yeah, there's no memorable action sequences. Yeah, there's no memorable action sequences. Like nothing is happening.
Well, I hear it's great, and you should go see it for yourself and make your own opinions.
I also think people should see it. I think people, irrespective of our dumb movie thing, people should see every movie in the theater, because if they don't, there won't be any more movies in theaters, and going to the movies is fun. So go see Twisters 30 fucking times. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to win the stupid competition anyway, so I don't give a fuck what movie you see. I just see it a lot so that there's still movies, even if they're bad.
I think you can skip Twisters.
I'm going to watch it again on a plane and see if maybe I was too harsh. I just remember I was a little bit disappointed with it.
Big time plane movie.
Yeah.
Big time plane movie.
I would say it's a plane movie. I would watch it again on a plane, probably. I think that, what's his name? Glenn Powell? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's charming enough in his role. I feel like the first 10 minutes is a little wonky, but after that, like, they settle into that character. He's entertaining enough to watch, I think, but on a plane.
Could have used a dog.
Oh, dude. That dude and a dog, forget about it.
Right?
That's another.
It would've been great.
I'm telling you, we talked about it already. That's
Would've
a
crushed.
$50 million dog. That's a
Would've crushed.
$50 million dog. You put a fucking bandana around it, you got a $60 million dog. You figure out a way to put goggles on that dog, you got a $65 million dog.
Yep.
You figure out a way to have that dog go into the tornado and come out alive, saving something, piece of equipment, human life, whatever, $120 million dog.
Yep. Did you see Trap? Did you watch it or no?
No.
Okay.
Is it out?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it came out yet. I guess it came out on Friday, didn't it?
I think
I
it
knew it
came
was
out
either
2 weeks
last
ago.
week or this week. 2 weeks ago? Came out 2 weeks ago?
At the time of this recording, it might have been out 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Wow.
That movie made no money then. Nobody's talking about Trap.
No.
I really wanted it too. I was mad when you got it as low as you did. I was like, I thought this would go higher.
I mean, I just saw Trap. That's why I got Trap.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Can I
what?
have two.
Oh, my God.
What's this conversation about?
I Trap, apparently. I don't know what happened.
What do you mean? What? Elaborate, Gavin. What are you confused about?
Well, didn't you already know that he'd seen it? Didn't he just say that?
Well, I wasn't sure if he was kidding. I was just confirming. I was doubling down.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm like the original prankster of this podcast. I'm like telling you guys I saw Trap. but I
No,
didn't
let
mean
me
it.
clarify. It's like when somebody says, I haven't seen The Godfather, and then they go, you haven't seen The Godfather? Like, it's a natural. I was surprised. Because I know
Okay.
Eric hates M. Night Shyamalan. No, he's not an M. Night guy.
Hate's a strong word, but I might feel it more strongly after watching Trap.
See, that might be on me. That's how I felt you felt about him. So I just, that it caught me off guard. So I was like, oh, what? Really? You saw that? I have two questions.
Yep.
2 questions about Trap. Spoilers for anybody that cares about Trap. I'm curious about the twist.
Okay.
When I saw the trailer, I had a thought. I had 2 thoughts. One, does it turn out that he is not the intended killer that they're trying to trap?
No.
Okay, well, never mind. That was, dang, I was really betting on that. I thought I cracked the code when I watched that trailer. I was like, I think it's the guy that he's got in his basement.
Yeah. That's what everyone said. They're like, oh, I bet it's like his daughter. No, it's him the whole time.
Is he
Okay.
a ghost?
Nope.
Oh, must be out.
Is he a robot?
Is he
Nope.
a lady in a lake?
Nope.
Mm.
Is he an alien?
It really doesn't have a twist.
Oh.
Is he a
That's
plant?
the twist.
It is. I mean, I'll tell. I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing or whatever. The first 2/3 of that movie are stellar. They are so good. I was gripped, edge of my seat, was out loud going holy shit, I really like this movie. There is something that happens 2/3 of the way through that movie, at the beginning of the third act, that take it off a cliff so hard, I don't know that I
Oh,
can
I'm so
recommend the
excited.
movie to people.
I can't wait to watch it now.
So do you think if I left 2/3 of the way in, would I come away thinking, man, that was good?
I would, and you would go man, I wonder what happens. It's what happens sucks so much shit, and it's fucking stupid in a way that makes you go, what was the point of this? It's such a bummer because I love the premise, and Josh Hartnett is so good, and it just falls off a cliff. It's stunning. It's staggering. It's you just go, I've never been tricked by another human being on Earth more than M. Night Shyamalan. In my life.
But not in the
Terrible.
way he wants to trick you.
No,
Yeah.
in a way where I go, dude, this might be the one. And you watch it, you go, holy shit, dude, he did it. And then you keep watching it and you go, this motherfucker did it again.
And then you'll watch a movie like The Visit begrudgingly because you're like, I'm not falling for another M. Night Shyamalan movie. He's done this to me before. And then you watch it and it's fucking awesome start to finish. And you go, he's
I don't
back.
know.
That's a great movie. The Visit's a great movie.
He tricks people, the stuff with The Visit where it's man, he did this for no money, pretty cool. Dude,
I think you're in that village, Jeff. I think you're getting tricked by the world around you. The quality of the village.
The Village was not a good movie. I know. I saw it in the theater.
The
Visit was a good movie.
Oh, I see. I was hearing the village. That was saying.
No, I don't give a shit about the Village where the enemy was a hole in the ground. No,
Yeah.
The Visit.
Listen,
about a girl who goes to visit her grandmother and grandfather.
What about The Happening? You guys big Happening heads?
I never saw it.
Terrible trash.
It's weird. It's a weird watch. I watched it recently, probably like 4 months ago.
It has the funniest scene in it where Mark Wahlberg negotiates with a houseplant, and then he goes up to it and then touches it, and he goes, "Oh, fake." And it's a fake houseplant, and you go, "What are we doing with our time? This is a waste of my time."
That's the one where they had the meme where he goes, "What? No."
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Increasingly slowed down every time you watch it.
I've seen that 1 million times. I've never seen a second of the movie, though.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that is it is all on Mark Wahlberg, because I watched Signs, and then I watched The Happening, and then I watched Signs, and Signs has so many identical shots to The Happening where it just feels uncomfortable and the camera's kind of floating while the character looks absently, and it works with Mel Gibson, and it does not translate at all with Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
It just comes off very awkward and dumb, where there's something with Mel Gibson where it feels more like this character is puzzled and or troubled by what is happening. Nick has takes about Signs.
Signs is a good movie, and it's enjoyable until you really think about what the weakness of the aliens is, being water. And they came to a planet that's mostly water.
That's like 90% water.
Right.
I know we all mocked them for that. Imagine how embarrassed they were when they realized that. Like,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
clearly didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good point.
Can you imagine if they walked by the party and it was raining during the party? It's like, well, movie over.
It's like when you go to the doctor to get a procedure and they go, "Are you allergic to penicillin?" And you go, "Let's find out. I don't know." Maybe aliens were like, "What do you think that blue shit is?" And we're like, "I don't know. Let's find out." Don't like it. Don't like it.
I would like to imagine it was like Interstellar, where they shot like pods to like 15 planets to determine the best one, and there's just one guy they blame. They're just like, "Fuck, Roy did not." The scanner. Roy, you're bullshit. We all died.
Also, it doesn't matter what they do in that fucking cornfield town that they live in to fight those aliens back. They're just going to all hang out in the desert in like numbers of billions, and we'll just never be able to go to the desert again.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Do you
lizard
think
style, hell yeah.
that Super Soakers had an increase in sales after that movie came out?
If the movie had been better, I bet they would have.
A lot of people saw it, though. People like Signs.
Yeah, they love it.
But Signs is a liked movie. It's a well-received film.
It was a decently received film.
I think if we looked at it critically, I think people liked it at the time.
Didn't War of the Worlds also have aliens that couldn't live on Earth?
Yes.
Well, it's, yeah.
Because
that
of
was just
germs.
like,
Yeah, germs killed the aliens in that one.
It's the same thing that happens to me when I go to Austin. I get it. I relate to the aliens. I'm not acclimated for all these sick people.
Man, while we're talking about movies, I have a bit of an embarrassing. Man, one of the more embarrassing things that's happened to me in my memory, unfortunately, happened to me the other day at a movie. I took Millie. We went and saw Deadpool versus Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't even know what the movie's called. Deadpool, Wolverine. And which, by the way, a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it up until the part where I couldn't pay attention to the movie anymore because I had my head in my hands for 90 minutes. But
What happened?
well, Millie and I went. I booked the tickets late, so we only had like two. They only had like 2 seats in the second row, like in the middle. So we were like right up on it, which is fine, except it's a big theater at Alamo, is at Mueller, and so like there's a bunch of rows behind us, and we were like an hour in, and you know it's been hot lately, so I've been thirsty, and so I got ordered a Diet Coke, and if you get the Alamo Drafthouse, for people who aren't familiar with the Alamo Drafthouse, you get a soda that's somewhere larger than a plastic Pizza Hut cup, but smaller than a Gerpler. It's a 20 plus ounces of soda will come at you in this plastic cup, though. And so I downed one, knowing I'd probably have to piss 3 times in the movie, but I didn't care. I was so thirsty. And then I decided I wanted more, and so I got a refill because, hey, you can do that at the Alamo Draft House. And the guy came, and he dropped my soda off, and I'm sitting there watching the movie. And you know the part where they go underground and he meets, I don't want to spoil this movie for anybody, but he meets the other cast of characters on that desolate planet, and they start to introduce each other. Well, right about when that happens, when he's meeting the one dude that wears sunglasses, I set my drink. I took a sip of my drink with a straw, and I set it down on the table in front of me, flat. But for some reason, it turned to the right and started to tip. And as loud as I've ever said anything in my entire life, because it was pure reaction, I said, "Oh, no, 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 no." And I tried to grab it with my right hand that had just set it down. And instead, I punched it into my neighbor's lap. And it was full. And it was a guy sitting next to me in a pair of shorts.
Oh, no.
An adult man on a date with his wife or girlfriend with just a pair of khaki shorts on. And I dumped somewhere between 20 and 30 ounces of water. 20 to 30 ounces of Diet Coke directly into his lap. And then the cup bounced off his dick and hit the ground and went, and the entire theater went, and not because of the movie. And then Millie goes, "Oh," and then she started laughing as loud as a human being can laugh. And she did it for 10 straight minutes. And I looked at the guy, and he looked at me, and I just had some napkins, and I put them in his lap. And then I realized I was trying to sop up a guy's dick and with napkins, and I'm like, "Here," and I just pushed him in his hand, and he's like, "I got it." And then I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry." And I'm just speaking at full volume because what else are you gonna do? Like, the whole theater stops to let us have this exchange. No, nothing's happening on the screen anyway. It doesn't matter. And so I've got like 180 people watching this conversation, and I'm like, "I'm so fucking sorry. Please let me buy your dinner. Let me buy your drinks. Can I buy you a beer or something? Let me pay for your tickets." And he's like, "Nah, man, it's okay." And he's trying to be nice about it, but he's sitting in a puddle on those leather seats or those faux leather seats. And
how much of the movie is left at this point?
90 minutes?
I just love the idea of him like eventually reclining his seat, and you just hear like a shitload of liquid, like a waterfall coming off the back.
He never did. I just gave him all my napkins, and I apologized profusely, and he smiled, and his wife said it was okay, and they were nice. And then I just put my head in my hands for the next 90 minutes. I listened to most of the movie. I watched a little bit of it. Every once in a while I'd look up. But mostly I just like sat there with my head in my hands, horrified. And then I thought, like, I can't leave before him. I have to have a conversation with him after. I have to make another opportunity to buy his tickets or pay for his dinner or pay for dry cleaning or something, like, I don't know. And that motherfucker and his wife, they're the kind of people that sit through the credits. And I had to pee so fucking badly, and Millie had to pee so badly, and we just sat there through the entire credits with the lights on at that point because they were watching him and having a conversation. And then when it was finally done, and then they had the post-credits scene, I was able to turn to him and apologize again. And he was lovely and very nice, and he was dry at that point. And I just got the fuck out of there, but I'm never going to a movie again.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got to figure.
What did you put the drink on?
Just the table, man. I don't know what it hit. A pencil or an ice cube I wasn't aware of, or I'm just stupid because I was watching a movie and putting a drink down at the same time. Regardless, however I did it, it tipped and I punched it into his lap. Just like right into it. Like you couldn't have done it more offensively.
Like, I really I want people to go back and listen to the way you described putting a drink down, where you tried to get all of your guiltiness off of you. I put down a soda the normal way, flat style, regular, normal on a flat surface, and nothing was weird, and it was normal and regular.
Regulation
and then something happened.
And then a gentle ghost came in and spilled the drink. It's clearly I fucked up somehow. I just don't know I don't know what I hit or how I put it down wrong that made it do that. But it was definitely me who punched it into his lap trying to recover and going, "Oh, no, 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 like that at fucking full volume.
I think you need to be a Camelback drink guy at the show to avoid that in the future. I think you just got to
I
one of those satchels.
with Andrew, and you should start being a Camelback drink guy immediately.
The thing that scares me about this, I'm not going to do that, but the thing that scares me about this is I've been doing shit in twos lately. Like when I shit my pants last time, I shit my pants twice. When I pulled the fucking thing out of the gas pump, I did it twice. So I'm just going to avoid going to the movies for a long time from here on out because I'm so scared I'm going to do it again to somebody.
You should actually have to legally wear that camel. It's like a it's a bright
like community service.
Yeah, like a warning. Like you're sitting next to a guy that doesn't know how to put a drink down.
It'd be like a beacon in a dark theater.
I as a 49-year-old man wanted to cry in public because I felt embarrassed and bad that I had inconvenienced a complete fucking stranger and his wife who were clearly on a date. And I don't know what was supposed to happen after the movie, but a clothes change was now involved. And I just feel like such an asshole. Such an asshole.
It's unpleasant being sticky. And to be sticky when it's not your fault.
And to have to be sticky when it's not your fault for so long. Like if I had done it to him in the last act, like 15 minutes to go, you're like, that sucks. But we were like, there was most of the movie left. It was a 2.5-hour movie, and we were like an hour in, maybe.
I'm going to be honest. If I was Millie, I probably would have just left you. I would have just walked out, I think.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
I feel like I would have walked out if I was Jeff. I would have been like, let me go get you some napkins. And I never would have come back.
I can't do... Dude, I would have gone to my grave feeling like a monster if I had done that.
Millie laughing for like 10 minutes straight, just to me, if there was any doubt, proves that she is your daughter, and there's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it was the highlight of her week, for sure.
Could you imagine if you went to a movie, you and Gavin did what you are describing? You would have not stopped laughing through the entire film, Jeff.
I would have stood up and pointed at him while I laughed. Are you kidding? Oh, my God. He better hope that never fucking happens around me because I will make it the worst day of his life already. It already is, and I'm going to triple down on that. Yeah, no, there's no way. I deserve all of the Millie laughter, and I don't blame her. I would have done the same thing to her.
I like that there were 3 people in that movie theater not watching the movie for different reasons.
Yeah.
Well, are you saying you're not going to go see Borderlands? Since you're on a movie break, you're going to miss out on Borderlands?
I think I might miss out on Borderlands.
Opening at 0%, I think is now 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. Last time I checked.
Ooh. How many movies open at 0%?
Not many.
I think maybe just this one. It might just be this.
Eric and I were talking about it yesterday. I kind of want to do a supplemental piece. Have we all played Borderlands?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
You never played it, Gavin? That's interesting.
I think I played it once.
Didn't we do a playthrough at Achievement Hunter that was all melee, no weapons? Were you not in that?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like with the games, there's such an established of like, okay, if you're gonna turn this into a movie, what do you need to do? I think it would be fun if we did a supplemental that was like, we are Regulation Productions, and we've been assigned to make a Borderlands movie. What are the things that we feel are musts if you're going to try to adapt this? And then eventually watching the movie and seeing how many of those are actually in the film.
We were talking about this. This is what I was saying when we were doing a gameplay earlier, that Andrew had a great idea for a supplemental piece. Here's the way that I really see it going. We play the game for a little while. That's a gameplay. Then we do a draft of things that, like, essentially, like, we're filling 50 or whatever empty slots of what we think need to be in a Borderlands movie. And then from that, we get randomly generated bingo cards. And then we watch the movie and play bingo on Borderlands, hoping that the things that we think need to be in the movie are in the Borderlands movie. That I think would be so fun.
Maybe it's not even like making a bingo line. Maybe it's just like getting as many as you can.
Yeah.
It might be hard to come up with that many prompts that are good. This is a really interesting idea. This is a really interesting idea. I like this a lot. How Do you think we could get enough of the story if we played? I assume we'd have to play Borderlands 1 because that would be parody with the movie, I would assume. So do we have to? Do you think an hour of gameplay would be enough?
For us, yeah. Maybe not Gavin because he hasn't played it, but I think we've all probably played multiple Borderlands outside of Gavin.
Yeah.
Have like a 1 hour refresher of the first game and then just to be like, this is what they need to hit. I have like 7 things in my head immediately when I started thinking about it of like, you gotta do certain things, and I am not convinced the movie did any of them. I'm trying to avoid as much info as possible about the movie until we do this because I just think it would be fun to go in as blind as I can.
I played Tales from the Borderlands more than Borderlands. Yeah, whose movie is that?
That's a weird thing to answer because it was originally directed by Eli Roth, but then he got replaced by Tim Miller for the reshoots. But it's credited as an Eli Roth movie.
Who's got it in our group?
I'm looking right now. Oh,
Eric
fuck. guys, I got an idea for a supplemental. We do a thing where we try to see who can see the movie the most times.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, with
and
their
we
own
do it
money.
For Deadpool and Wolverine in honor of Jeff Spill.
Guys, wouldn't it be so fun as a community to see who could do the regulation most times seeing the Borderlands movie?
Who wants to be the regulation claptrap? I'm throwing it out to the audience.
And while you're doing that, why don't you lasso up a seat for Horizon, an American Saga Part 1?
First, you got to lasso Horizon Part 1. Bring it back to the theaters.
Oh, I'm sure it's in some theater somewhere. It's still playing in Oklahoma, I bet.
Speaking of M. Night Shyamalan, this is another thing I brought up to Eric that he suggested I bring up here. What is a movie, like when you are going to make a dinner you're excited about and like you prep everything and it's sort of like maybe fancier than you normally would, you go all out and then you fucking burn it and it's just like, this is ruined. Like you had all the pieces of what should be a delicious dinner, but it's just fucked. What is the movie equivalent of that for you? Because I just watched Glass.
Oh.
And I was so excited about it because I think Unbreakable is such a cool movie. And there's all this buildup. They got all the actors back. They got everything on paper you would need for a great movie, a continuation of Unbreakable. And it is just one of the most disappointing films I've seen.
I have the perfect answer for that. I'm copying the movie image right now. It's so funny you asked that. I was thinking about this movie just the other day.
Really?
Nick, you think Alien 3 was close to being great?
It could have been.
Envy with Ben Stiller and Jack Black came out right when they were both exploding in popularity, and it was buried immediately. In this movie, one of the two, I think Ben Stiller, creates a thing called Vaporizer, which is an aerosol you spray on dog shit and it makes it go away. And then I think Jack Black tries to steal it from him or something. And it's them versus each other. It should be hilarious when they're both like at the top of their comedic chops at the time. And it was such utter shit. It was buried immediately and they tried to keep it from coming out at all.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters and not
crazy.
enjoying it as a child.
Everything you need to make a funny movie. Jack Black, Ben Stiller, dog shit.
Surely, though, you can tell that it's shit at the read-through. I don't know how bad movies make it past the table read.
It's a great question.
I guess it depends, right?
There's got to be so much money involved that they go, well, there's all this money involved. We got to just do it. I guess.
And then there's bad direction.
There's bad direction. There's good scripts that get directed poorly, but I think there's also a little bit of hubris too. You know, like once you get to a certain level, and I'm not saying either of these two dudes had this because it was early in their career, but I think there's once you get to a certain level, you look at a script and you go, you know what? I'm good enough to make this work.
Yeah.
I'll just act the shit out of it, you know?
Like, I feel like the first Expendables movie sucks, but the script was never good. And the problem is ultimately you can't see anything that's happening in that movie and it's shot really poorly, which is not something you would know in the table read.
Wait, how can't you see it?
It's just everything is dark and it's so like quickly edited. Like all of the action choreography is terrible in it, where they're just cutting constantly. So you just have no sense of what's happening.
But by the way, Rachel Weisz, Christopher Walken, and Amy Poehler were all also in that Envy movie.
Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm. Hell of a
I've never
cast.
even heard.
It had to have been bad because I have a distinct memory of seeing that in theaters and thinking that was not great. and that is all I remember about it. That reminds me of what was the movie called? It would be such a great group watch. It is Val Kilmer is in it for one scene. Christian Slater is in it for one scene. LL Cool J's in it. What is this? Masterminds? Criminal? It is.
Any of them called Andrew?
I don't. There actually might be a character.
Mindhunters?
Yeah, Mindhunters. I love Mindhunters so much, and it is the ultimate.
I need you guys to see this fucking look at
we
at
really
this
need to watch
box
it. It's
art.
one of my favorite
Jesus
bad movies of
Christ.
all time.
What's going on there? It has bad movie font. Look at that.
Everything about it says bad movie.
So this is the premise of Mindhunters. They're an FBI program specializing in dealing with serial killers, and they're going to like the training for it, but there's a serial killer in their mix. And they're exploiting their weaknesses against them, taking them out one at a time. And it is great, and they break away from that premise almost immediately. But the final fight in that film is two people underwater, and they try to shoot each other underwater, and the bullets just don't go. So then they both put their pistols above the water and have a hold your breath contest to see who will survive the shootout. And it's fucking awesome. It's so stupid. I love that movie so much. It's great.
So it's just two guns sticking out of the water pointing at each other?
It's just two hands with pistols sticking out of the water pointing in each other's directions. And that is how that film is resolved.
Johnny Lee Miller, that's the dude from the Hackers. And,
he's in it.
Where is he on the poster? Is he in the background?
He's not on the poster. Oh,
Yeah, they
maybe he's in
include
the
him.
silhouetted there.
The fact that Val Kilmer and Christian Slater are on the poster is hilarious because they probably have a combined 5 minutes of screen time in Mindhunters. They are not prevalent in that movie at all.
I want this to be the next movie we watch.
It has to be in consideration. It is directed by a guy that has only made schlocky movies. He's my favorite bad film director because they're all fun bad. They're unbelievably fun bad movies, everything he's ever done. He directed 12 Rounds, which is
Wow.
the John Cena Die Hard 3 ripoff.
Rennie Harlan?
Rennie Harlan is my guy.
Mindhunters is a Rennie Harlan film?
Dude,
Yes.
he produced, oh my God, he produced Cutthroat Island? Oh my God.
He did a Long Kiss Goodnight, didn't he?
Yes, he
yeah, I
did.
think so.
Another fun bad movie.
Man.
Everything he has made that I've seen is entertaining and just like, this is really stupid.
What did he do? Driven.
Die Hard 2.
Yeah, Driven.
He did
yeah.
Driven.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Blue Sea.
I think, who is in Driven? Yeah. Matt Hullum worked on that.
Oh, did he really?
He's actually in it. He CGI'd himself into the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's like a scene where one of the tires flies off a car in a crash and it like hits people in the stands. And Matt put himself as one of the people that gets hit. So if you ever
Oh,
go watch
that's
that
awesome.
film, you can see him like a young Matt, like hold his hands up like, ah.
That's so funny.
He directed Die Hard 2, which for the
which is
TV edit
the bad one.
has the best line of Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon, and then he blows up a plane.
He did The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, which I own on DVD.
Wow. Dude.
That's great.
Man,
Cliffhanger.
Dude, we might have to watch
Rennie Harlan.
Mindhunters.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, absolutely.
Might be a Falcon stream watching some Mindhunters, dude. Get on that Patreon Falcon stream. Like, we do that monthly. Every month we do one thing for Falcons. It might be this.
It
That would be
is,
great.
if I win the movie league, it's a definite consideration for me for picking what the movie will be that we watch. It's up there. It's also, I'm meaning to share with you guys some very exciting news because last time we looked at it in another one of these that talked about watching, but it was not available at the time. Blast is now available on streaming. You can rent Blast
No
digitally.
way.
Finally.
Uh-oh.
I don't know
Oh,
what
no.
deal got passed, but the Eddie Griffin Breckenmeyer action film that I thought was awesome as a child, which does not hold up,
It's
is
not.
available.
It's
We've
not
gotta
gonna
do
hold
this.
up. It's gonna be
That's exciting.
bad.
Those are my top two. That's why I want to win the Summer Movie League.
There's gonna be one that we have to watch, and it's gonna make us go, "Oh, the joke doesn't. Oh no! Oh, don't say that. I think it's gonna be a lot.
I mean, we already watched Condor, man. It surely can't be worse.
No, it's not worse.
The Disney children's film Condor, man. Surely it can't be worse.
Oh man.
Blast
Christ.
has a chance of being offensive. Mindhunters is just stupid. Where like the premise is he uses their weaknesses against them, but they run out of weaknesses really quickly. So they just drop the premise of like so they kill someone dies because they like sugar in their tea and they're like that is his weakness, and it's like that doesn't make sense. Or somebody else dies because they have a smoking thing, but it's great. What a dumb movie. I can't wait for us to watch it.
Who would you say is the best, pulls off the best performance in the film?
Ooh. I haven't seen it in a while. This was a movie that I found on cable and just came in like 40 minutes in, and I've seen it like probably 4 times on cable throughout time. I haven't watched it recently. LL Cool J's fine. He gives a fine performance, I'd say. Johnny Lee Miller does the Johnny Lee Miller thing.
Yeah.
Like he delivers. There's not like, you're not going to walk away from this going like, oh, that was a good performance from anyone.
What was that Christian Slater movie that he did right when he went to jail that was about rain? You guys remember
He went
that
to
movie?
jail?
Hard Rain? Heavy?
Hard Rain? Was
Hard
that
Rain?
it?
Yeah.
Heavy Rain? Something like that? It was
I
like
think
a
it's Hard Rain.
flood, and they were
Yeah,
trying to
but
do
Hard
Rain,
robbery.
the
Hard Rain.
Morgan Freeman movie.
Morgan
right?
Freeman was in it. Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah. You want to see Hard Rain again?
Yeah. They made the game the way Gavin wanted to make our movie draft. Where he
Yes.
just gets all the money
I
every year.
re-listened to that. What the fuck? I re-listened to it today,
What do you
and I was
mean?
just like, "What were you thinking saying that? What the fuck are you talking about? I want to have 128 points, and I want Nick to have 16." Is what you said.
Yeah, after his shitty picks, he's gonna have to work his way back up.
I'm all for doing any version of this. I had so much fun doing the Olympics over and under that I would love to do it again. And the summer movie thing, which is still ongoing, by the way. I believe, Andrew, you just leapt into first place, didn't you, over the weekend?
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Box Office Printing Machine. I can rework the second one. That one we gotta put it in the shop.
Andrew, you might be dethroning Howard Stern as the new king of all media. Look at you.
Yeah, that's
You're on top of the internet world. But anyway, I've had so much fun doing both of those that I would love to do something with NFL or college football. You know, my family, we actually invited Andrew 2 years ago. My wife's family does a college pick'em, and it has become the most intense and thrilling thing that in my life for the 4 or 5 months that college football goes on. Just competing against her dad and uncle and her and Kent and all those people.
What movie do you think sucked?
what movie do I? Oh, a lot of movies. What was the first movie?
Hey, can you let me know if Crow 2024 has any items that go up on auction if we're talking about movies we think suck? I would love that jacket that says Goon on the back. That movie, dude, whoo! Oh, boy.
When does the movie thing
October
end?
1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the current standing? I feel like I'm
It's
doomed.
close. I'm in the lead right now, but
I gotta be up near the top after the release of The Crow and Borderlands.
From everything I heard, Alien is a good movie, but it's not getting me up there fast enough. I'm going to go and see it tonight.
That's how I feel about The Crow.
Borderlands is releasing on VOD tomorrow. So we could do that idea we talked about a Borderlands bingo. They are releasing it on VOD like 2 weeks from the theatrical release. So we need to hop in Borderlands soon and then come up with our list.
I'm just happy Blake Lively decided to start opening her mouth in interviews because it has really helped my my box office.
Dude, holy shit. It is just getting buried. What is going on? So wild. Woof.
Can you imagine there is an alternate if you believe in the idea of the multiverse, right? There's an alternate universe out there where The Crow and Borderlands are mega hits. Surprise hit of the summer. Everybody loved the Crow remake, kind of the way they loved the Twisters remake. And everybody thought Borderlands was like the next great like interpretation of a video game like The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to go to those alternate dimensions.
No,
I don't either, man. It's just crazy to know that they're out there. Kevin Hart's like in a different phase of his career because of that movie in like 7 universes over.
Welcome to another regulation supplemental. We are breaking down our summer movie auction that we did. If you have not looked at that at all, go back and listen to that supplemental and then come back here. It's over now. We're done. We finished it. Everyone bought movies. We did totals, and we are here to kind of reflect on the summer that was, how we feel about it, all that sort of good stuff. How do you guys feel about how things went? Because I liked it a lot.
I feel medium.
I don't know how I didn't catch up with you. I don't know how Alien didn't get me there.
Power Deadpool Wolverine. Can't stop
You
him.
rode Deadpool Wolverine for so long.
Good Lord.
You rode Inside Out too.
I feel the same way about Harold and the Purple Crayon, but like for some reason it didn't. Nothing happened with it. Like I don't know where like Crown Mania went, but like it fell off.
They just didn't know. I think all the Harold heads out there are like, when's that? Oh, it's out? It came out already?
They're busy reading the books. They forgot there's a movie. Oh, we blew it.
Yeah.
Oh, we blew it, Harold heads.
Can you imagine walking out of Harold and the Purple Crayon and saying the book was better?
No, I can't imagine walking out of Harold and the Purple Crayon at all.
It's going to be a Harold and the Purple Crayon day. I got some Harold and Purple Crayon on the podcast we record later.
I'd love to know how much money that movie. What? How much money did it make?
How much money did it make?
How money make movie?
Hey, do you want to have a look? Because here's like our actual draft and whatever.
Oh, yeah. So we're recording the screen if you want to visually watch this.
Yeah. But
it's been a long
someone
day
has
already.
put together a leaderboard here. For some reason, I think it's in like reverse order.
I don't know. It was a bug.
Yeah. So
Whoa,
here,
look at this.
Jeff, we can look at Harold and the Purple Crayon.
17 million?
Yeah.
That's
Money
more
makes
than I would've
17
guessed.
million movie. Okay.
17 million?
Wow.
Yeah. That's great.
Boy.
What was his
Way
budget?
more than Fabulous Four.
Look at the end there.
Oh my God.
Look at Andrew overtaking me. Then
Okay.
a little bit later, Alien came out, and I just hovered perfectly underneath his line the entire way to the end. There was
It's like-
no week, there was no day where I made ground and he didn't make the same ground.
That is insane.
Was I ever in first?
Maybe on
No.
maybe for like an
No.
hour.
No.
Yeah.
God,
No.
that first week or so was real sweet to Jeff.
Felt real good.
Oh, there you were.
What a
That's
day.
when it all went downhill.
June 2nd, a day that will, and the 3rd. Oh my gosh, the 4th.
Oh, you had
The
to
5th,
run.
the 6th. Oh my God, a week that will live in infamy.
Oh, my God.
And then
You
check
and
it out.
Jeff.
Oh my God.
Inside Out,
$50
baby.
million swing instantly.
Holy shit. Look at that.
Dude.
Almost 100 million. Oh,
So
my
Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine ended up being respectively the most successful films in their genre ever, right?
God. Mm.
Yeah, I would
crazy.
say so for like the R-rated. Is there a more financially successful R-rated movie?
I don't
No,
think
I
so.
don't-
I
I
think
don't
it was
believe
number
there
one.
is.
No.
It sure as shit wasn't Showgirls.
Now, I think that we have all had a lot to say so far, but Nick has been like weirdly quiet.
I spent a lot of money for not a lot of payout.
We really thought, like, like, look at this, Nick. Look at this run.
I listen. I
Second
lived
place,
it.
second place, second place, second place, second
Ooh,
place, eating dust.
dang.
Eating fucking dust.
And then Jeff
And
did it right at the end.
And then Jeff,
Yeah.
And then I Beetlejuiced him.
I felt bad
You
because
juiced me.
my line's pretty horizontal. Like, I got like a bump here, whatever. Mine's pretty low the whole way. Nick, what happened?
It's such a good start.
You just stopped drafting movies?
Well, it's interesting. The studio, it ran out of money. I don't know what happened.
The $15 I was saving didn't come into play, really.
I thought it would. I felt like mine was going. I got $9 sitting in my pocket, and then I don't know, man. Why is Janet played it right during the auction? The points of this movie were not recorded correctly. Instead of inputting them, oh, okay.
Wait, so you got a free movie?
Yeah,
What?
but it made me less than $1 million.
Look, I want to say, even though you came in fifth, I think that's a DQ.
What? What? No way.
I think you're disqualified.
Yeah, you know what?
We can't have.
I think you're totally
your
out.
studio couldn't have got that movie.
What do you mean? All
Invalid.
right, here. Hey, Gavin, you know what? You can take $1 million away. That's even more than this movie made. You can take $1 million away from me, and we'll see where that puts me. Hang
If
on.
it was
let
the
me
last
see.
movie you drafted, I
Last
would say
place.
that would work. But because
Yeah.
it happened early, I don't know. I think that's DQ.
No?
Ends with us 3 points for 148 million. It's pretty good.
Wait, that's you?
Yeah.
You
Wait,
did it ends with us? Well, it says that during the auction, the points of this movie were not recorded correctly. Instead of setting the point value to 0, we have the intended value. So does that mean Jeff is disqualified?
Wait.
I'm afraid so.
I guess so.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
Eric and I
sweet.
are both disqualified.
Yeah, me and
I
Jeff
came
are
in third.
disqualified.
Or I get an extra 148 million is what it's saying.
But wait, how many
Yeah.
points did you have left at the Beetlejuice mark?
I ended up having 8 left after I bought it, I think.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah. So you
I
still
didn't
would
spend
have
all my
still-
points.
No, Jeff, you had 4 left at the end.
4
So you had
left.
20
Wait, yeah.
points. Looks like you had 20 points total.
Wait, so that changes everything, doesn't it?
Why is that?
What do you mean?
Articulate how it changes
Yeah.
anything.
Uh,
You can't just say that changes everything and then wait
Uh-huh.
for everybody to agree.
well,
In my experience with these games, I've done this more than you guys have. It is you want, ideally, one of those Deadpool and Wolverine, and then it's just about trying to get those things that really overperform, like Twisters.
Yeah.
And that
Wow,
sort of
9
range where it doesn't
points.
cost a ton
9
of points.
points.
I wish it was
Wow.
already next summer so we could do it again.
so do I.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to preview what the next summer, like I have no idea what's supposed to come out in
No
this
idea.
upcoming summer.
I think a
No
bunch
clue.
of stuff they're saying.
I mean,
That's
if we
cool.
play by football rules, Eric just got relegated, and then I think we have
Okay.
to bring someone up from the community to replace
So what do you
him.
do? You just like bring Gracie in or something?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
great
perfect.
call.
No, that's not a suggestion. I want to play.
Sounded great.
I want to play.
Eric will be back, and I don't know if you guys remember the prize for this thing, but for winning, I get to pick a watch along that we do.
Oh.
I already know what it's gonna be. I got it in mind. I'm gonna sit on that for a little bit.
Wow.
We'll be watching something in November or December.
Whoa.
Oh,
Do you think
wow.
we'll do it with the Falcons or what?
Very possible.
Sounds Christmas
I don't know.
related.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, yeah, it is. It is a Christmas related film that I don't think I could get you guys to watch in any other context but this.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle All the Way
Jingle
2.
All the Way 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a fondness for this movie.
Right. Jingle All the Way 2.
You think I like Jingle All the Way too?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're setting it up so we are watching Jingle All the Way 2.
Nobody believed in me, including myself, but we pulled it out at
I
the
think
end.
we
with
were all
that.
pretty sure you'd win it. It was your game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
you came
there
up
was.
with-
Listen, if you were looking at community posts, it was, oh, Gavin's got this locked up. Gavin's locked it in.
Mhm.
He's got it.
Uh-huh.
We're
no
not
catching up.
We're not the community. We're the show.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh shit,
We're us.
you
Yeah,
are?
we're
Fuck.
different.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This is the show. Yeah.
Oh,
There's a real
shit.
difference.
Do you think maybe next year Eric
Oh,
will
wait.
give himself a free movie?
I should get 2 free movies.
Who have I been doing all those podcasts with?
Well, thanks for watching, guys. Let us know how you did, and I'm excited for the next one. Bye.
Okay.
Speaking of summer movie league and stuff relating to it, there's a story I saw that I can't stop laughing about, of a quote from Zachary Levi. Shazam star Zachary Levi endorses Trump and move he calls career suicide. The Herald in the Purple Crayon guy is like, listen, this is a dangerous move for me. Like his career couldn't be in a worse spot. And the fact that they reference Shazam, which I believe is one of the, if not the biggest Warner Brothers superhero bomb, Shazam 2. The notion of your career being below 0 and making any statement of this is going to be a real problem for my career. Nobody's seeing your movies.
Do you think if Shazam 2 didn't lose as much money, Rooster Teeth would still be around?
That's a great question.
What do you think? What domino could have not fallen, or like just fallen like slightly to the right, and we'd still have jobs?
How about this? Do you think if Rooster Teeth had done better, maybe Joker 2 would have had more money and it would have done better?
Wow. Yeah.
Like maybe we took down Joker too because Shazam took us down.
Yep. And that's why I'm declaring that we're remaking Rooster Teeth.
Meanwhile, Batgirl's over here going, what about me? What about me?
I want the Wile E. Coyote movie.
Yeah, the
I
Wile E.
want to see
Coyote
John
movie sounds
Cena and
great.
Wile E. Coyote. Those are my heroes.
The tag team we've all been waiting for.
They should be the tag champions at WrestleMania. John Cena and Wile E. Coyote.
They need to put Wile E. Coyote in the wrestling games.
How does a coyote interact with a real roadrunner?
What do you mean?
Like, if you just put them together, what would they do?
That's a great question.
I mean, a coyote would probably try to eat the roadrunner, as
I assume.
that's what coyotes do. What movie are you landing on, Andrew?
We're going to be watching Snow Day, a childhood Nickelodeon
Jeff, you're
classic.
gonna hate this.
You're gonna love
don't
it, Jeff.
think I've seen it. Who's in it?
Chevy Chase is in it. Chris Elliott.
Children. Children
Chevy?
are in it.
I'll watch anything with Chevy Chase. That's fun.
I love Chevy Chase.
He's a great car. Did you see that one, Gavin?
I don't think so.
There's like a stage door still open, and she was like walking, like she was singing and walking, and just fell into the
Oh my
hole.
God.
Hard down.
Who left the hole open?
Somebody who used to work there.
Josh Hartnett had to try to escape. It was a whole trap thing. He's a killer. That movie bums me out, I think, more than any movie I've seen this year. It's upsetting.
I still haven't seen it.
Finally, somebody else agrees.
I've always agreed with you.
Like number one with a bullet on most disappointing movie of the year.
Now that
Definitely.
it's on like a rentable platform, I get clips of it on TikTok occasionally, and it's all the scenes before that movie goes bad, and it is so disappointing to be like, oh, this is. I remember watching this movie in the moment and not realizing how bad it was going to be. Really enjoying it at this stage. Ugh, such a waste. What a dumb. That movie fucking sucks. Ultimately,
I guess I'm just never going to know. Like with most of his films.
you should see.
Nah, I'm good.
So good, and then it's not. It might be the movie that hits the highest. Talking about ranges, bagel ranges, that movie I think hits like an 8 and ends up at a 2.
Oh, wow.
That's a big swing.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely how it feels too. And there's a moment where it happens, and it's very sad.
Does he escape in a spaceship or something?
That would
No.
be cooler than what
that
happened.
would be so awesome. Oh my god, that would be fucking rad compared to what happens.
Jesus.
If any of us have to watch Mouse Hunt, we should probably make it a Falcon event, right?
Yeah, we
Like,
should. If one has to watch it, we should all have to watch it.
No, and again, to be clear, nobody has to watch it. No reason we have to do that.
It's
just saying that
gotta
if-
be a step up from Snow Day.
I didn't
Yeah.
hate Snow Day.
No,
The
it
whole
was
next
fine.
day, I was telling people about how much fun I had watching Snow Day
Snow
because
Day
it was
was fun.
91. It was 91 minutes.
I
Oh
didn't
my
hate
God,
it
it
either,
was
but
awesome.
that's what I'm saying. It's got to be better than that even, and so it's got to be like an A plus because Snow Day was quite enjoyable.
What we need to do shortly after you come back, Jeff, is record the summer movie battle for this upcoming season.
Ooh,
I put together
Oh,
the list
shit.
of movies, and it is
Oh,
a
wow.
strong list.
Is it really?
There's a lot. There's a movie, the summer movie battle that is untitled and is just actor director combo set for this date. Can't wait for Jeff to buy it.
Oh, is it Kevin Costner?
It's
Oh my God. Do you think that's going to be on this list?
it's not currently scheduled for this summer.
What, Horizon Part 2?
Horizon Part 2, yeah, I don't know if it's dated.
Gavin, you do technically own it, so it would carry over.
Yeah, I think I should just get it still. I've already got that one. I should start with that.
Oh,
What, am I buying it again?
if anybody's movies from last year show up in the theater again this year, do we count it?
No.
Like if there's like a summer run of last year's,
No.
I don't know, Deadpool?
Is it adding to the box office?
You do own the movie.
I think so.
But it's for a different season. If you draft the player and then they leave your team and play for someone else, it's not like, oh, I drafted them.
Yeah,
They're
but
gone.
it's not the same actor in a different movie.
But it's a statistical what we're playing for is season by season. You did not draft them in the next season.
You already own it.
For the season in which the game takes place.
Right.
This is no longer that season. We're restarting everything.
Does it add to the box office total though?
Yeah, but but we're not totaling that anymore.
So what's the director actor then?
Of what?
Oh my God. Dude,
Deadpool?
we are. I don't know if we're fried or what, but that was
Ryan
awesome.
Reynolds? and the Night at the Museum guy
what?
for Deadpool 3 or whatever. Wolverine is the Night at the Museum guy.
That there's a movie you're excited for me to pick that's just a director and an actor.
I was really caught up. It's Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and Kendrick Lamar.
I get it. I'm good. I'll take it.
July 4th. Slated. Because last time it was David Chase, a horror thing. I don't remember who else was part of that.
Why did you say Ryan Reynolds in Night at the Museum guy?
He was thinking director and actor of Wolverine.
Yeah. He said, who's the director and actor? The last thing we talked about was Deadpool Wolverine. So it was Ryan Reynolds and then the Night at the Museum 2 guy. I don't know his name.
But we're agreed that if Horizon Part 2's on there, it's mine, right?
No.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I paid for it. It's not like I generated any revenue for it last time.
Well, too bad, not this time either.
Too bad, my ass. What do you mean?
Do we get to carry over money from last year?
I think I totally agree with Gavin here.
If you're playing fantasy football and you pick a player and you redraft the next year, you don't get the points for the players you redrafted or you took the previous year.
It's a movie, though. It's not a sport.
No, it's a movie. It's a fantasy game.
You did say it was a movie that our studio owned and produced.
Yeah, and we were tracking for one season, and then we're restarting, and we're losing everything.
I don't think we had studio. Did we have studios for that, or was that just for our DVD box sets?
We did the DVD box sets with studios. We didn't have studios at the time we did.
I mean, I did in my head, but okay.
I vote no.
You vote no?
It's a
Right,
definite
Nick says
no.
no.
Nick, let's hear your reason for no.
I don't want it.
Okay, that's pretty definite.
Nick is a logical, reasonable man.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
wouldn't-
you paid for it last year. It didn't come out in time. That's on you. I'm sorry.
So here we are. It seems like Nick and Andrew are both hard-nosed. Gavin and Jeff are both yeses.
Very
So it's
interesting. Very interesting.
And let's keep in mind that I had a disadvantage last year because of it.
Because you played poorly.
Now, what was
Played
what was the disadvantage that you
I
had?
mean, you definitely you made a shitty pick, dude. I don't know if that's a disadvantage.
I think Jeff just changed his vote.
Don't start pushing me on their side, Gavin.
Yeah.
You don't think one of my movies coming out wasn't a disadvantage?
I mean, I had a movie that didn't come out too. I had the fucking.
It was, but everyone's at risk for it.
I had the same problem with the David Chase thing. By the way, if that untitled David Chase movie comes out this year, I want it.
You absolutely should get it.
Yeah.
No, you can pay the points for it and get it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess it depends on what Eric says right here.
Yeah, but if I'm a studio and I buy a script,
We're not.
Mm,
We're playing a game.
we're playing a game.
Andrew's gonna get pissed.
If you draft a player and they blow their knee out, that sucks. You just take a hit. That's just how it goes.
That's
Hey,
true.
believe me, I lost a lot of kickers last year.
That is true.
what if we just poll the audience?
No,
what do we care about polling the audience? What are you, crazy?
we're not pulling the
I
audience
care.
for this
Why not?
because it's our game.
Yeah.
It's a game I want to
It's
play
true.
with
And they
five
have-
of you.
Tremendous input on when everyone disagrees with me.
Look,
Gavin-
the company is split down the middle.
Gavin has audience confidence after this worms
Yeah.
thing.
No, I mean I've lost him this episode or the last one, but
Last one.
I think it should be a fair vote.
I don't know. I think we got to see how Eric votes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think it's
Eric?
interesting because does this apply to I mean, there were 41 movies that were draftable last year, and you're saying that if Maxine or A Quiet Place Day One or like Furiosa or whatever come back into theater this year, like that's eligible because you drafted it before? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, because sometimes a studio will hold a movie that's fully made, edited, finished.
I think it's way funnier if Horizon Part 2 comes out and somebody else gets to claim the money for it on the second go
I'd
around.
love
That is very funny. That is very funny, but I mean, I agree that that's funny, but
Yeah, but what if it's now a shared studio project and I get a 50-50 split? God damn it.
No.
let's just stick to your guns, Gavin. Stop trying to negotiate.
I'll tell you what.
You can take it if you give away the amount of points that you spent on it.
I don't think it's going to matter because that's very funny, by the way. I think Eric's going to vote against us, Gavin. I think that's the way the winds are blowing.
1, 2,
Sweet.
3,
Should we have to vote?
How many points did he give away for it?
4.
Eric?
I'm looking. 1, 2, 3. It appears to be 6. I don't know if that's right. I'm looking. I'm checking right now. It might be that he spent 6 points on that. I will say the only way I think Horizon and American Saga Chapter 2 is the only eligible one. No other ones can be eligible.
Okay.
It's that.
I can
It's
live with
either that one or it's nothing.
Okay.
I was going to float a compromise of you get your movie back 20 years after it releases, because that's also very funny to me. If you have like a Titanic and it re-releases in theaters 20 years later and you're like, oh shit, this is my year. I got that Titanic bump again. I like that. But I don't like when it's so close.
Yeah.
I think Horizon Part 2 is the only one that I would be okay with
Sure.
Gavin getting. But I also think now, let me pose this. I don't know if this is one step sort of past it. Should it cost him 6 points?
Yes.
Why? That's just me buying it again.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I bought it. I own the damn thing.
No.
You have to retain the rights to
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah, to
retain
maintain
to
the
it, it
rights,
costs
you have to
6.
renew your rights.
Yeah, you have to renew your rights.
I think
movie's
that is
made.
totally fair. And
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
you know
Yeah.
what? You spent the 6 points you spent last season acquiring it. Also, probably went into the marketing of it and everything.
Yeah.
Those are just sunk costs. You got to do that again this year if you're going to release the film.
So it's going to cost you 6 points if you want it. That's all.
It's going to cost me 100% again. It should surely be
Yeah.
a percentage.
No, you have to pay. You paid a licensing fee.
It is a percentage. 100 is a percent.
I'm licensing it from myself.
No, what about this?
All right, I'll pay me 6 points.
No,
No, that's not how it works.
no. You either subtract 6 points or it goes into the pool and anybody can buy it. It
Oh
becomes
my God.
There's
open
that's
market.
funny. Now that's funny.
Now that's a
Like
great
auctioning
idea.
off Monopoly property style.
I like that a lot. You have the first right of refusal because you bought it previously, but if you don't want it for the points that you previously paid, then it goes back into the market for anybody else to acquire.
I can get behind this.
But I can still get involved in the auction.
Yes.
So I can potentially pick it up for cheap.
Yes. Absolutely. If you think it'll go less than, but anybody, it's free market at that point.
If you think after this conversation that's going for less than 6, you're losing your fucking mind, buddy.
It's one of us is immediately just gonna say for 5, and then it'll just be him trying to decide.
It just became revealed that one of us is the villain of the show.
Oh, that's a fun wrinkle. I like that a lot. Great idea, Gavin. Once again.
Hey, Gavin.
Great idea,
you nailed
Gav.
it. You nailed
Okay,
it. Great
so
work.
it's so it can be back at the pool. You have right of first refusal, and there you go. This is great.
Stupid.
You're right. It was a bad pick.
What are the chances that this fucking movie's coming out in 2025?
0, but he wants to maybe buy it again, I guess. So whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who's
Yep.
selling it?
That's a great
Universe.
It's me. I'm paying me.
No, you're just kind of like paying God. You know what I mean?
There's like 0.0% chance.
I will put it back into the pool
Uh-huh.
for 6 points.
You'll
What?
put it back in the pool for 6 points? Is that what you
don't-
said?
No.
You want to get paid 6 points?
Nobody else wants it.
I'll start with 6 extra points.
No.
So in this world, Gavin, and this make believe thing that we've set up,
I
this
sold it to
movie is
the pool.
owned by whoever made the film in real life, and you've purchased a licensing right from them that expires after a season.
It's not their fault you didn't release the fucking movie last year.
Exactly.
yeah, why didn't you release it?
Yeah, you should have released it, man.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah, but there would have been a clause that says if the movie doesn't come out, the license extends
No,
in
it's,
perpetuity
if it
until
doesn't
it
come
comes
out,
such
then-
clause.
I don't think
No,
so.
no such clause exists.
Can you point to that clause?
I have the fictional contract right here. The clause says, it says that if it doesn't, then you have first right of refusal for the same price the following year.
It's like arguing with 3 annoying walls. Wait, 4.
In a room that you
Wow.
constructed.
You heard it. No, you heard it. He doesn't think I'm annoying. I know I was not included in that.
3 annoying walls and a wall.
Oh man.
All right,
So-
we should wrap this up because I think we landed on exactly what we're doing, so I feel good
I
about this.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, great idea, dude.
Where do we actually end up? What is it?
You have
You
first
have
right of
first
refusal.
refusal. It costs you 6 points if you want it. If not, it'll go back in the pool.
So we'll just open with that.
Yeah, we open with that
We
one.
Open with that, sure.
Huh.
I'm glad you brought it up.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
good
think it's
idea.
a pretty good compromise
Yeah, I think so.
For who?
for everybody involved.
Yeah.
You basically get access to your movie again if you want it, and nobody can stop you. Like that's
it's lucky me. I also get access to my chair and my desk. All these things that I bought.
Guess what, buddy? I'm
Lucky
sitting.
me.
Hey, listen, motherfucker. I am sitting on an untitled David Chase movie that is not included in this fucking deal.
I think if it comes out, you should get
I
it.
spent my points on it just like you did, but I heard Eric say the only way I agree to this is if only fucking
Eric's a
Gavin's movie is
dumbass.
included, and everybody agreed with that, so I went along with the ride. I'm like, yeah, okay, if that's how it is, that's how it is. My movie didn't even have a fucking title. Maybe that's the prerequisite. It has to have a name for it to be considered. It's cool. I'll eat the cost. I acquiesced to that privately and internally because I realized it was what was for the best. And I think that this is a compromise.
I feel we all compromised, and it's great.
Good compromise, guys.
Good compromise, everybody.
I feel like some came out slightly better than others, but yeah, that was good negotiation.
Yeah, some people have access to movies, other people don't. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice work.
4 annoying walls.
Can we tail sync?
Oh,
should.
my God.
We definitely should.
Boy, this has been great.